How is it going, YouTube? We're going to go over today's daily plan, the makings of it, as well as taking a look at the intraday order flow. We will also take a look at the trades that I took. I took 2 trades. I didn't have the best day. I did finish green, but it was a red to green day. Again, we'll go over that in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the daily plan and the makings of the daily plan. So, like every day, I start with my TPO profile, TPO charts, also called market profile charts. And what do I use this for? Well, I like to see what the London session did, as I do not trade it. I live in New York, so I'm in the Eastern time zone, and I am sleeping at 3 a.m. So TPO charts, market profile charts, time price opportunity charts, whatever you want to call them, we use them to visualize the market auction. Are we in balance? Are we out of balance? Do we see exhaustion? A whole bunch of different things, right? So what we're looking at is the tops of profiles, the bottoms, the entire shapes of the profiles, right? We've spoken about plenty of times capital D-shaped profiles, as we see right now. This is balance. You know, the session is balancing. Do we have structure to be cleaned? Are we leaving structure behind? You know, where are value area highs, value area lows? Where are points of control? Not to be confused with volume points of control, right? This is a volume point of control, the point where the most volume is done. Now, point of control, since we're looking at time price opportunity charts, they have to do with time. So this is where the most time was spent during the overnight session. And again, we use this to build context and get an understanding of what's going on in the auction. So we have that knowledge, and then we move on, or I move on. This is how I create my daily plans. I move on to my 4-hour footprint chart. This is how I read the order flow using footprint charts. Not just 4-hour, I have multiple different time frames, but I always go here next. I think for day traders, as I am, it has probably the best info. At least I think. This is my favorite part of the mornings, is coming in and dissecting this chart. So things that I look out for, some things that I look out for is, you know, do we have an offer holding somewhere, right? These selling imbalances, are they moving down on the tape, as we see here? Do we have a significant bid somewhere? Significant offer? Is one side trapped? Is one side more aggressive? Maybe a bit more passive? Do we have gaps in volume that we skipped over? A whole bunch of different things. Do we have exhaustion at lows or highs, or are we still transacting a lot at lows or highs? A whole bunch of different things that we put on top of the context we already got from our TPO charts. So from here, I like to zoom out a little bit more and look where larger time frame participants are positioned. And I do that by looking at the daily chart. I always have a weekly chart up to the side, but I don't really use it intra-week. I'll just check on it at the weekly close and kind of see how we're doing, right? In the room, I annotate each one of these charts, TPO, 4-hour daily, and I send it in our daily plan tab on the Discord, and then Sundays or sometimes Monday mornings, depending on my schedule, I will post a week ahead video, and that's where we'll kind of dive in more so to the weekly charts, looking at the weekly footprint and stuff. So, right, step 1, 2, 3, I post the daily plan makeup every day on StockTwits as well as YouTube. So, of course, it's covered here, but this is kind of what it looks like, what I send in the Discord server, right? And then we got our daily plan, right? It was these 3 levels. And as we spoke about already, we had a balanced day. So for long-time viewers, you guys know, but for anyone who's newer, balanced days at key inflection points are my favorite types of day. So we're balancing as of right now. Now this could be, there's different types of balanced days. It could be a normal variation of a balanced day. So maybe we break this balance and build balance a little bit higher. But as of right now, it's been really good. I'm done for the day, as I said. And without further ado, let's talk about the trades that I took. So I said I didn't start off the day well. I took a trade that I should not have taken, and let's go about why. You guys probably heard me, again, if you guys are longer time listeners or viewers rather, I always talk about trades. Trades need framework, you know, just to make it simple, pretend you're a chart trader. your framework is maybe a double bottom, a double top. Hopefully that's not your trade setup, but just to be simple, that's your framework. Now you need context. Where am I looking for double tops or double bottoms? Hopefully at key inflection points, right? And that's the mistake, or one of the mistakes I made this morning. So I took a trade. I tried taking a long, I believe, in this area. It's 95s, I believe. So yeah, we were trading down. We were trading into some volume that was left from yesterday. Yesterday's cash session, I should say. Had these buying imbalances. We see soaking here, and probably could see it even better on the 5-minute, right? So things are looking good. I entered, and I think I was about 4, maybe 5 points in the money, I think, before this. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I believe it was over here, where I saw some absorbing from sellers, and we did get a bounce, right? But that's why you don't just need framework, right? I see the things that I would like to see on the tape, but not where I want to see it. So yeah, I did identify a bounce. I got a nice fill, but I still got stopped out, right? You need everything to line up, and you need the discipline to stay on the sidelines. So, I took that loss, slap on the wrist, reminder that, you just have to be patient. So went into the cash session red, obviously down 1R, and we came to the buy zone at open. If you guys are, again, longer term viewers, you would know that I like to see bids. You see this high volume area right above where I want to be active. Why do I want to see buyers front running my level? Well, as we know, most retail, most participants will end up getting stopped out. Now, I'm not saying everyone would get stopped out here. I'm sure there's larger time-framed participants or just larger players where they're not scaling in maybe within a tick or two or a point or two, as some of us, they have much bigger ranges they're working with. So maybe they filled half here, filled the rest here, and in the middle you have day traders, retail, flipping ticks, right? But nonetheless, I want to see a bid here, stop out, and then catch the lows, right? Let me pull up the trade. 1 second. All right. So here was the fill. Again, into open, just past the opening 15 seconds, right? We get this sharp move down. And just think about it. What's happening in this sharp move down? We accumulate a bid here. Bulls are saying, okay, it's going, here we go. Stop them all out. Max Pain, Smart Money, or whatever, is entering here. And to be honest, I didn't get the best fill. And it's my fault. I'm not saying it's because the order book I didn't get the best fill. Me personally, I was a little too slow catching it down here. And we had news come out at 10 a.m. and I was 1 tick from hitting my stop loss here. So, even though I came out green on the day, honestly, I did not have the best day. And there's some more things, some things on the tape that I'll go over in the member recap, looking at the order flow of the actual time. But no one's perfect, right? So it is what it is. But nonetheless, it was a good trade to take that second trade. Just the only problem was my entry. I just want to touch on this first trade too, that there wasn't a significant bid. There was a bid coming in here. We saw the signs of it. I was typing out, live commentary in the room. But you have to look relative, right? And what do I mean by that is, we were trading, say this is the range of the overnight session, and we were trading up here for a while, accumulated a good amount of volume until we broke down, and I was looking for that dip buy, right? And we saw a bid coming in, but relative, and pretend this is like volume by price, relative to what's trapped above, this small. So even though we see the early signs of a bid, you still got to be patient. And I just was not patient there and took that stop out. We continued down, and then we accumulated a nice bid, even bigger than the one above. Daily profile then was a lowercase b, and you guys know the rest, right? Is there anything else that I am forgetting? I don't think so. Well, happy Friday, everyone. I hope you guys had a green day and a green week. If you guys are interested in my approach and how I trade using TPO, footprint, and market auction theory, you could come over to my site. I have a small, very, very small Discord group. It's a private mentorship style, right? It's capped so that everyone has their own time or everyone has the allocated time that is needed if you guys have questions or whatnot. I touched on pretty much everything in yesterday's recap. If you guys are interested, I go into more detail. Yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back at it on Monday. See you then.